An emergency meeting at Vostech headquarters. A single father is mopping the floor, trying not to disturb anyone. The young CEO, Clara Voss, just humiliated him for walking across a cable. She says coldly, "Maybe clean slower. Think faster." The entire room laughs. Suddenly, Jack, the janitor who has been silent this whole time, walks straight to the conference table, picks up her laptop and smashes it hard against the floor. Everyone screams. She stares in shock. "Are you insane?" Jack looks directly at her, his voice calm. "No, but your father's secret files were." Freeze moment. Jack Rowan is 40 years old, a single father, a temporary janitor at Vostech headquarters. But 6 months ago, he was a senior technician in their engineering division. Good salary, respect, a future. Then the company restructured. Budget cuts, they said. Nothing personal, they said. Jack lost his job, lost his benefits, lost everything except the one thing that mattered, his 10-year-old daughter, Ella. Now he mops floors in the same building where he once designed systems. He wears a gray uniform instead of a lab coat. He lowers his head when former colleagues walk past, pretending not to see the pity in their eyes. Some nights he cannot sleep. He lies awake thinking about the bills, the rent, Ella's school supplies. Her winter coat is too small now. He needs to buy a new one. But new coats cost money, and janitor wages barely cover food. But Jack keeps a secret, a small USB drive, always in his pocket, always close. It has 3 letters carved into the metal, RDU, Research Division, Unit 7. His wife gave it to him 5 years ago, 3 days before she died. She worked in the Vostech factory, building prototypes, testing new equipment. She was brilliant, careful. She loved her work. One morning there was an explosion. 7 workers died. The company called it an accident. Equipment malfunction. Tragic but unavoidable. They paid settlements, sealed the records, moved on. But Jack's wife knew something was wrong. She told him the designs were flawed. She told him management knew. She told him they were hiding it. She copied the files, the real engineering reports, the safety warnings that were ignored, the emails from executives who chose profit over people. Then she was gone, and Jack was left holding a USB drive full of proof, video files, internal emails, engineering reports that were never supposed to leave the building. For 5 years, he carried that weight. For 5 years, he stayed quiet because he had Ella. Because he needed to survive. Because going against a billion-dollar corporation meant losing everything he had left. He tried once, went to a lawyer. The lawyer looked at the evidence, said it was solid, said they could win. Then Vostech's legal team showed up, threatened lawsuits, threatened criminal charges for theft of company property. The lawyer dropped the case. Jack went home and held his daughter and decided that keeping her safe mattered more than revenge. But tonight is different. Tonight, Vostech is holding an emergency meeting. Something about a data breach, internal security issues. And the new CEO, Clara Voss, is panicking. Clara is 31, the founder's daughter. She inherited the company when her father died 2 years ago. Cold, demanding, suspicious of everyone. She trusts no one, believes in no one, pushes everyone harder than they can handle. The executives fear her. The employees avoid her. But Jack sees something else when he looks at her. He sees someone carrying her father's legacy like a curse. Someone desperate to prove she belongs in that chair. Someone who has no idea what her father really did. Someone who might actually care about the truth, if she ever saw it. Jack finishes mopping the hallway outside the boardroom. Through the glass doors, he can see Clara at the head of the table. 12 executives around her. Laptops open. Faces tense. He checks his phone. A text from Ella. "Dad, when are you coming home? I made dinner." He smiles. Types back. "Soon, sweetheart. Save me some." Then he puts the phone away, touches the USB drive in his pocket, takes a deep breath, and pushes the cleaning cart into the boardroom. Because sometimes you can't stay quiet anymore. Sometimes the weight becomes too heavy. Sometimes you have to break something to make people see. Tonight, Jack Rowan stops being invisible. Tonight, he becomes the man his wife believed he could be. Jack wheels his cart into the boardroom. The executives barely glance at him. To them, he is furniture. Background noise. A man in a gray uniform who exists only to make their space cleaner. Clara is in the middle of a sentence. We need to identify the source of this leak before it reaches the press. If our competitors get access to... She stops, looks at Jack. Her eyes narrow. Could you hurry up? Her voice cuts through the room like glass. Some of us are saving the company. Laughter ripples around the table. One executive, a man in an expensive suit, leans back in his chair. Maybe he's the leak, Clara. Corporate espionage through the cleaning crew. More laughter. Jack says nothing. He kneels down, starts wiping the floor near the corner. Keeps his head low, but his jaws tight. His hands move slower than usual. Clara continues her presentation, clicking through slides, talking about damage control, about protecting shareholder value, about maintaining the company's reputation. Jack listens. Every word feels like a knife. Reputation, as if this company has any left. 10 minutes pass. Then someone makes a mistake. An executive on Clara's right reaches for his coffee. His elbow catches the edge of the cup. It tips. Black coffee spills across the table. People jump back. Papers get soaked. The liquid rushes toward the edge, heading straight for Clara's laptop. Jack reacts on instinct. He stands, moves fast, grabs his towel, but he is too late. The coffee drips onto the keyboard. Clara curses, lifts the laptop, shakes it. Unbelievable. She glares at the executive who spilled it, then at Jack. Well, are you going to clean this or just stand there? Jack steps forward. He wipes the table, soaks up the coffee, but his eyes are on the laptop screen. It is still on, and the file that is open makes his blood run cold. The document title reads, R&D Unit 7 Incident Report, Final Revision. His heart pounds. That file should not exist. That file was supposed to be deleted years ago. He stares at the screen, at the paragraphs, at the dates. March 2020, the month his wife died. But the words are different now. Changed, edited, rewritten to hide the truth. Clara's still talking. Get it up here. I need this laptop cleaned and backed up immediately. Jack's hands stop moving. His mind races. If she sends that file, if it gets backed up to the company's servers, if it becomes the official record, then the real report disappears forever. The proof his wife died for? Gone. He looks at Clara, at the woman who has no idea what her father did, at the woman about to erase the last evidence of a crime, and something inside him snaps. He stands up straight. Clara notices. What? Jack walks toward the head of the table. Slowly, deliberately. Every executive is watching now. Clara frowns. Excuse me, you need to leave. Jack does not leave. He reaches the table, looks down at the laptop, at the lies on the screen. His voice is quiet, steady. Don't touch that. Clara blinks. What did you just say to me? Jack does not answer. He picks up the laptop, holds it in both hands, and smashes it straight down onto the floor. The sound is deafening. Plastic cracks, glass shatters, metal bends. Someone screams. Clara stumbles backward, her face white with shock. Are you insane? The executives are on their feet now, shouting, reaching for their phones. Jack stands over the broken laptop. His chest heaves. His hands are shaking, but his voice is calm. No, he looks directly at Clara. But your father's secret files were. Silence crashes into the room. Clara stares at him. Her mouth opens, closes. Who are you? Jack reaches into his pocket, pulls out the USB drive, holds it up so everyone can see the letters carved into the metal. RDU7. My name is Jack Rowan. His voice is steady now, strong. 5 years ago, my wife died in your factory, along with 6 other people. Clara's face goes pale. Your father called it an accident, but it was not. It was negligence. It was a cover-up. And the file you were about to send? He points at the shattered laptop. That was the fake report, the one designed to protect this company's stock price, the one that erased the real cause of the explosion. The room is frozen. Clara's hands are trembling. I don't understand. You will. Jack's voice is cold now. Final. Because I am done being quiet. Security rushes through the door. Two guards grab Jack by the arms, but he does not resist. He looks at Clara one last time, and he says, "Before you fire me, look at what was really inside." The security guards tighten their grip on Jack's arms. Clara is still staring at him. Her face is pale. Her hands shake. "Let him go," she says quietly. The guards hesitate. "I said let him go." Her voice is stronger now, commanding. They release Jack but stay close, ready to grab him again. Clara steps forward, looks at the USB drive in his hand. "What is that?" "The truth," Jack says. "The truth your father spent 5 years hiding." One of the executives speaks up, an older man with silver hair. "Clara, do not listen to this. He is clearly unstable. Call the police." But Clara raises her hand. "No, I want to hear this." She looks at Jack. "You said your wife died in the factory explosion 5 years ago. March 20th, 2020, Jack says. 7:43 in the morning. Unit 7, Research Division. Clara's eyes widen slightly. She remembers that day. She was 26, still working in marketing. Her father called her into his office, told her there had been an accident, told her it was handled, told her never to speak about it publicly. The official report said equipment malfunction, Clara says carefully. The official report lied. Jack holds up the USB drive. "May I?" Clara gestures to the projector at the end of the room. "Show me." Jack walks to the equipment. His hands are steadier now. He has waited 5 years for this moment. He plugs in the USB drive. The projector screen lights up. The first file opens. A video. Security camera footage. Black and white. Timestamp. March 20th, 2020, 7:41 a.m. The factory floor. Workers moving around. His wife is there. Jack can see her. She is talking to another technician, pointing at something on a machine. Then the other technician walks away. His wife stays. She opens a panel on the equipment, looks inside. Her body language changes. She looks alarmed. She reaches for her radio, and then the screen goes white. The explosion. When the image clears, there is smoke, debris, people running, 7 bodies on the ground. The room is silent. Clara covers her mouth with her hand. Jack pauses the video. The company said it was a malfunction, random, unpredictable. He clicks to the next file. But 3 weeks before this happened, my wife filed a safety report. An email appears on the screen. From Sarah Rowan, Engineering Tech 2, to Richard Voss, CEO. Subject urgent, Unit 7 pressure system failure risk. Mr. Voss, I am writing to formally document a critical safety concern. The pressure relief valve on Unit 7 is not rated for the current output levels. I have tested it 3 times. It fails at 82% capacity. We are currently running at 90%. I am requesting immediate shutdown until this is resolved. Clara reads it again. Her father's name is right there. Did he respond? She asks quietly. Jack clicks to the next email. From Richard Voss to Sarah Rowan. Subject, urgent, Unit 7. Pressure system failure. Risk, Sarah, thank you for your diligence. However, Unit 7 is critical to our Q1 deliverables. Shutting down now would cost us $3.2 million and delay our product launch. I have consulted with senior engineering. They assure me the system is within acceptable risk parameters. Continue operations. We will address this in the next maintenance cycle. The room is completely silent now. Clara's face is white. No, he would not. There is more, Jack says. He opens another file. Internal memos. Executives discussing the explosion aftermath. Talking about liability, about settlements, about controlling the narrative. One memo makes Clara gasp. From Richard Voss. 2. Legal Department, Public Relations. Subject, Unit 7 Incident, Communication Strategy. The official report must emphasize equipment age and standard industrial risk. Remove all references to the pressure valve. Remove all references to Sarah Rowan's emails. Settle with families quickly and quietly. Include non-disclosure agreements. We cannot allow this to impact the IPO timeline. Clara stumbles backward, sits down hard in a chair. He knew, she whispers. He knew, and he covered it up. Yes, Jack says. His voice is gentle now, almost sad. And 3 days ago, I found out he did something worse. He clicks to the final file, the document that was on Clara's laptop, the one that got destroyed. This is the fake incident report, the one your father created, the one that erases my wife's warnings, the one that makes the explosion look like bad luck instead of negligence. He scrolls down. And this, he points to the metadata. This was last modified 4 days ago. Clara frowns. That is impossible. My father died 2 years ago. Exactly, Jack says. Someone in this room has been maintaining the cover-up. Every executive in the room freezes. Clara stands up slowly, looks around the table. Who? The silver-haired man shifts uncomfortably. Clara, this is absurd. You cannot possibly believe. Gerald. Clara's voice is ice. How long have you been the chief operating officer? 15 years, Gerald says carefully, and you reported directly to my father. Yes, but were you in those email chains? Clara demands. Gerald says nothing. Clara turns to Jack. Show me. Jack clicks through the files, finds the email list. Gerald's name appears again and again, in the safety discussions, in the cover-up planning, in the settlement negotiations. Clara walks slowly toward Gerald. You knew. You have known this entire time. And when I asked you about that data breach last week, when I asked you about files from Unit 7, she stops. Her eyes widen. You said the files were corrupted. You said they were unrecoverable. Clara, listen to me. You were trying to destroy the evidence, Clara says. You thought someone had found the real files. So you tried to wipe them from our system, but you did not know Jack had them. Gerald's face goes red. Your father built this company. I was protecting his legacy, protecting your legacy. My legacy? Clara's voice breaks. My legacy is 7 dead people? She turns to security. Arrest him. Call the police. Now. The guards move toward Gerald. Clara looks at Jack. Her eyes are filled with tears. Why did you not just give this to the police? Jack's voice is quiet. Because I wanted you to see the truth before the world did. I wanted you to have the chance to be better than your father. Clara closes her eyes. A tear runs down her cheek. Thank you, she whispers. 20 minutes later, the police arrive. Gerald is led out in handcuffs. He does not look at anyone, does not say a word. 2 other executives are also taken for questioning. Both were involved in the cover-up. The remaining board members sit in shock. Some are crying, others stare at the table. Clara stands at the front of the room. She has stopped crying. Her face is set, determined. I am calling an emergency press conference, she says. Tonight, I am releasing everything. The real incident report, my father's emails, all of it. One of the executives speaks up nervously. Clara, think about this. The stock price will crash. Lawsuits will destroy us. The company might not survive. Clara looks at him. Good. If this company was built on lies and dead bodies, then maybe it should not survive. She turns to Jack. I want you there, at the press conference. I want you to tell your wife's story. Jack hesitates. I am not good at public speaking. Neither am I, Clara says. But we are going to do it anyway. 3 hours later, they are standing in front of 50 cameras. News vans line the street outside Vostech headquarters. Reporters shout questions. Lights blaze. Clara steps up to the microphone. My name is Clara Voss. I am the CEO of Vostech. And tonight I am here to tell you that my father was a criminal. The cameras flash like lightning. She tells them everything. The safety warnings, the ignored emails, the explosion, the cover-up. She does not cry. She does not apologize for her father. She simply states the facts. When she finishes, she steps back. Jack steps forward. "My name is Jack Rowan," he says quietly. "My wife was Sarah Rowan. She died because she tried to do the right thing. She tried to save lives, and she was ignored." His voice gets stronger. "For 5 years I stayed quiet, because I was afraid, because I had a daughter to protect, because I did not think anyone would listen to a janitor." He looks directly into the cameras. "But tonight I am not afraid anymore. Tonight the truth matters more than my fear." The room erupts with questions. Jack steps back. Clara stands beside him. "We will answer everything," she says, "but first I want to say something to the families of the 7 people who died. I am sorry. I am so deeply sorry. My father's actions do not represent who I want this company to be, and starting tomorrow, we will make this right." The press conference lasts 2 hours. By the end, the story's everywhere. National news, international headlines. Vostek's stock price drops 40% in after-hours trading. But something else happens too. People start calling Clara brave. They call Jack a hero. The board of directors issues a statement supporting Clara's decision. 3 executives resign, and slowly something begins to shift. The next morning, Clara walks into the office. The employees are waiting, dozens of them, lining the hallway. They start clapping. Clara stops, stares at them. They are not clapping for the company. They are clapping for the truth. Jack is there too, standing near the back. He is not wearing the janitor uniform anymore. He is wearing his old technician's jacket, the one he thought he would never wear again. Clara walks over to him. "I want you back," she says. "Not as a janitor, as head of safety compliance. I want you to rebuild the entire system. Make sure this never happens again." Jack looks at her. "I am not sure I can trust this company." "Then do not trust the company," Clara says. "Trust me." 1 year later, Vostek headquarters has changed. The lobby has a new memorial. 7 names carved in granite. 7 faces in photographs. Sarah Rowan's face is there, smiling, alive forever in that image. Below the memorial, a plaque reads, "The 7, in memory of those who died because we failed to listen. We will listen now." Today is the dedication ceremony. Families of the victims are here. Press cameras, employees, community members. Clara stands at the podium. She looks different now, softer somehow, more human. "A year ago, I learned that my father was not the man I thought he was," she says. "I learned that this company was built on secrets and lies, and I had to make a choice. Protect the lie or face the truth." She pauses. "Facing the truth nearly destroyed us. We lost 40% of our value. We faced 17 lawsuits. 3 executives went to prison. We almost went bankrupt." She looks at the memorial. "But we survived because of people like Jack Rowan. People who refused to stay silent. People who believe that truth matters more than profit." She steps back. Jack walks up to the microphone. His daughter Ella is beside him. She is 11 now, taller, braver. "My wife believed in doing the right thing," Jack says, "even when it was hard, even when it was dangerous. She taught me that courage is not about being fearless. It is about being afraid and doing what is right anyway." He puts his hand on Ella's shoulder. "I want my daughter to grow up in a world where companies listen, where safety matters, where people matter more than money." He looks at Clara. "And I believe Vostek is becoming that company." After the ceremony, Clara finds Jack near the memorial. She is holding a small box. "I have something for you," she says. She opens the box. Inside is a brand new laptop. Top of the line. Beautiful. But there is something else too. A small metal plaque attached to the cover. It reads, "For Sarah, who taught us to build, not break." Jack's eyes fill with tears. "I know I can never make up for what my father did," Clara says quietly, "but I want to try. I want to build something she would be proud of." Jack takes the laptop, holds it carefully. "She would have liked you," he says. "You are nothing like your father." "Good," Clara says. She smiles, a real smile. That is the best compliment I have ever received. Ella tugs on Jack's sleeve. Dad, can we go see Mom's name? Of course, sweetheart. They walk to the memorial together. Jack kneels down beside his daughter. They touch Sarah's photograph. Whisper words meant only for her. Clara watches them from a distance. Then she turns and looks at the Voss Tech building. The new sign above the entrance reads, Voss Tech Reborn, building with integrity. She takes a deep breath and walks inside, ready to keep rebuilding. One honest decision at a time. Subscribe if you believe truth deserves its moment, no matter the cost.